Hello, everyone. This is Daryl, your family tree guy, who actually knows the difference um, between a real, between who actually knows the difference between a bloodline slash pedigree family tree versus a real family tree. Take for instance, you have you have the Graham Brunson reunion slash family tree, the Brunson China reunion slash family tree, the Brunson Bonaparte reunion slash family tree, the Dodd reunion slash family tree, the Nixon Hallback reunion slash family tree, the Nixon Loyal slash family tree, the Gary reunion slash family tree, the Hodges Bonaparte slash family tree, the Williams reunion family tree, the Powell Spencer reunion slash family tree, the Fraser Page reunion slash family tree, and so on and so on and so on. Did I mention the Dodd and whoever else, the Garys and the Youngs, the Benjamins, the Jets, the Wards, all of those, they're not family trees. They are merely, let me show you, they are merely pedigrees. Pedigrees. Here are examples of pedigrees. You see these colors. Each color indicates if an individual has that color next to his or her name, they are related to this individual by blood. So, my elder sister, Amelia Lawson, if an individual has her color, that blue, he or she is related to her by blood. You have my great grandfather, great Gillian Brunson. If whoever has his color will have his color line next to his or her name. Excuse me. You have my cousin Troy Gary. Whoever has his color next to their name, fuchsia, that fuchsia color, are related to him by blood somehow or another. You have my cousin, my first cousin's daughter, Jasmine Loyal. Whoever has Jasmine's color by her olive color by their name will have her color. Whoever has Gina's name color by Gina's color is, what is her? Teal. Whoever has her teal color by their name will have her color. You will have Gina's and Jasmine's family member, Earl Loyal Sr. His color, Earl's color is navy. So, then you have my niece, Tiana Williams. She has her own color temporarily. These colors are, her color is green. You have my cousin, Bullseye Ash. His color is yellow. My stepmom, Pandora Graham, her color is white. Who else? My grandnephew's first cousin, Ramaya Powell, her color is red. My little cousin, a couple once removed, my little cousin Jai down here, Jaquan, that's one of my cousins. His color, Jai's color is black. Then you have Gina's great grandfather, Joshua Nixon. His color, silver. Now, my point is, when individuals they most think of a pedigree when they're thinking of a family tree. You know, they'll say, oh, the Nixon, this is the Joshua, and this is the Nixon and Hallback reunion. Okay, well, or the family tree. Well, that's not a family tree. That's merely the pedigree, the bloodline relatives. Well, when you're working on a pedigree, you don't include the bloodline relatives. Now, unless they are part of your bloodline. I mean, that can happen. I mean, here in the state of Maryland, you can marry your cousin. So, not to say that your husband or your wife cannot be part of your bloodline, but for the most part, for the sake of being, we're going to say it's not. So, but again, your bloodline relatives, that's your pedigree. Your non-bloodline relatives, they're not your pedigree. They're part of your family. So there's a difference. The bloodline, what most people think of a family tree, that's merely the bloodline relatives, the Lawsons, the Brunsons, the bloodlines. Now, we're canceling out the spouses because, again, if they're not part of the bloodline, then they're not part of that so-called bloodline pedigree family tree. Unfortunately, too many, they get it confused. They want to add the wives, so on and so forth, but they're not part of that bloodline. The family tree is when you start connecting the dots. Let me go to a family view here. What individual? Okay, so this is my grandnephew, Quran. And as you can see, Quran has multiple bloodlines. All of those colors indicate that Quran is related to all of these individuals somehow by blood. Now, if Quran was to get married tomorrow, no, that's not going to happen no time soon, considering he's young, too young to be married. But if he were 10 years from now and get married, his wife may not have that particular color. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give her, let me see, one. I'll just give her a question mark. 1 second, please. Okay, hit save. Now, his wife, these question marks, she may not have none of those colors next to her name because she's not part of that bloodline, but she is still part of the tree because she's married to Quran. You got it? So just because you're not part of a specific bloodline doesn't mean you're not part of the entire tree, because nearly everyone they're linked to the same tree. It's just a matter of finding out how. So now, if I were to add, if they were to have children, and we would say, well, we're going to do a bloodline of their son or daughter, then she would have her son or daughter, because she's part of her son or daughter's bloodline, she will have her color by her name as well. So again, when you think of that family tree, think of a real family tree. Don't think of that nonsense you've been thinking of, you've been taught, so on and so forth, or it's been convenient. Like for some people, it's convenient to just simply be stupid and dumb. I mean, it's convenient. But the reality is that's not a real tree. And I mean, it is what it is. If your husband has 17 children by other women, unfortunately, they're part of his bloodline. You may not like it. You may not like the fact that he has linked the children's mother and everybody, but it is what it is. So next summer, when you're wearing those T-shirts, them family reunion T-shirts, it's okay to wear them. Just know the history. Just know the difference. That, hey, that's just a pedigree. That's a bloodline. That's not your family tree. That's not your family tree on that T-shirt with a few names. Oh, this is our family tree, and I just look at some people and say, "Oh, Lord, help them." But basically, that's it. So hopefully, after this video, you now know the difference, or some major differences, between a real family tree opposed to simply mere pedigrees, little dots here, little dots there. I thank you for listening. Any questions? Let me know.